Good morning, everybody. Today I'm actually very close in Limburg to the place where the best spice come from, and I thought it would be really good to a little bit tell you why I'm here. It's a special event, show her the money, so it's an investment event. To look for private funding to support our innovation. So I'm really excited because this is really the time where I really intensify my work on investment events. And I'm happy to be here in Limburg and also have opportunity not just to eat a great, delicious fly, but also be here at this event, and later I'm going to give you some perspectives and a little bit some reflections on this event. So stay tuned. It's a very beautiful building. I can show you a little bit around. So it's organized in a very old, actually, fabric. And don't ask me yet what was in this fabric, but I will find out. But it's a very beautiful building with very beautiful ceilings, as you can see there. So it's a lot of space. That's what we always look for in Netherlands, especially in this small country. But definitely this is also a place where a lot of innovation is focusing on circularity, health and digitalization. So that's first preview before I join the event. So see you soon. Bye.
Have shown that women receive a disproportionately small share of VC and early stage investments compared to men-led ventures. In some sectors, even less than 10%. This funding gap is not simply about a bias at individual level. That also plays a role, but it's also about network dynamics.
Hello everybody, welcome back. I did find out I'm already back to Leiden Bioscience Park because the event which I was show her the money was happening at the ECI Kulturfabrik Roermond, and previous intro movie I promised you that I will find out. So this fabric was originally a hydroelectric power station built in already 1920 and taken over by the electrochemical industry. That's why it's ECI. In 1926, so it's a really old building, more than, I would say, exactly 100 years old. And after the war, and which obviously caused a lot of damages, this building was closed for some time, and then it was transformed into a cultural center only in 2014, which now offers a diverse program of courses, film and theater. So it's also a great place, has 100 years history of actually industry, and it's used for beautiful purposes, for actually entrepreneurial events, including show her the money. So I was really excited by this event because I met so many different investors, including angel investors, including investment funds, and a lot of entrepreneurs, women from Limburg, but also from other parts. So I was really glad to meet all of them. And a little bit about the event. The event actually started in a very unconventional way because it started with a movie. Movie took about 1.5 hours. So I was sitting next to investment manager, and we were talking, which actually came from LIOF. Greetings, Ralph, to you. Because of the privacy reason, I'm not going to share his name. But indeed, it was good that actually this was even to empower women entrepreneurs, especially related to potential fundraising. So that was really even which was focused on this. And I was glad to really meet Ralph from LIOF, so Empowering Innovation and Business in Limburg, moving together towards a smarter, more sustainable and healthier Limburg. And I was really glad that he was very bold, because there were so many women, also women investors, and he was, I think, the only one which was representing male, let's say, was male representation there for business, gentlemen part, and I think we need both. But all this, the purpose behind this event, which also came from the movie while we were watching movie in this theater, was that indeed there is less than 10%. Some percentage are given even too, but that's, I think, on more extreme edge. But less than 10% of VC money, of VC capital goes to women. So about 90% goes to men-driven startups or companies. And of course, you can bring it as a question of lack of, I would say, you could use the word that it's discrimination, that this is a trend which have been seen for many years, and this trend, due to this trend, many women enterprises suffer, not only in US, because movie was about America, but about American young women entrepreneurs, but also in other places in the world, including Europe. I think this is the same basically trend. So this event was really meant to empower women and really focusing on investors which are particularly interested in empowering women businesses. So that's why I really like this event. And the other thing which was made perhaps important to bring after the movie, there was a panel with women from Borski Fund. It's a fund which actually is based in Amsterdam, but they organizing many different events across Europe. So that was very important for me to meet this team from Borski, and also greetings to them. And we indeed discussed that, what was also given in the movie, that a lot of women, because they have limited access to VC money, they do a lot of bootstrapping. And I think that's something which has to change. I think this bootstrapping has to really start to be, in a way more controlled, to prove that this is percentage how much bootstrapping women have to do to develop their company, to grow their company. And that's what men has to do. I think we have to bring this man-women proportions, because otherwise we will not see the full picture in numbers, in percentages. So that was important. Of course, there is always running under pressure, under deadlines, and I, after watching this movie, of course, there are lessons which can be also applied to European women entrepreneurs, but there are also, what I was a little bit missing was a movie which is really made from European, at least, perspective. I wish to see Dutch landscape of it, how big the problem is, right? This also gives a good signal for investors which are based in Netherlands to empower women, not only female investors but also men investors. So this would be really helpful to prepare such a movie. And I would also be happy to participate in this movie. So this is something which I like to share from the movie. Of course, what was also given in the movie, but I think that can be very biased, that women are overall better entrepreneurs than men. They are way more proactive. They are way more realistic. That was important word. realistic, proactive, driven. And what I think a lot of people may perhaps think about, because we, from generation to generation, we've been prepared for mothers' roles. A lot of them is carrying mother roles and business all together. So I think they're incredible multitaskers. And I put it in big capital letters, multitaskers. So that was very important. I think very different way of starting event, and then followed by panel session and then networking, which I think it's also was very good. I met a lot of wonderful women entrepreneurs, but also primarily I was also focusing on investors. There were different tables related to internationalization of your business, and that's also where I wanted to be, because I want to grow my company and scale it up in America, all the way in Boston, in CIC, Cambridge Innovation Center, which I might already mention in my previous vlog. So I'm on the rising fundraising race now. See how much I can match in Netherlands, how much I can match in America with fundraising for my 3D printing projects. So that's a little bit about the event. The other thing which I'd like to mention is a little bit about this process. Since I'm Agile coach, and I also try to understand how I can, implementing Agile mindset, speed up fundraising processes for my Agile projects, for my interdisciplinary collaborative projects, academic industrial partnerships. And one thing which I realized, there is a saying, in Polish actually it sounds peculiar. Perhaps I will put it in the comments. Po nitce do kłębka, for those which are watching and they are Polish from my audience, but it's actually thread to the ball. So in a way, if you imagine, I have actually thread. If you imagine that it's really going this way to find the right investor, which I already was talking in previous vlog, having some reflections from Startup Boston Week. To find a well-aligned investor for your company, for stage of your company. It's important to network with investors, to start building relationships and pitching during networking. That's what exactly I was doing in Limburg. But it's really this way, you meet person, you talk to, another person will tell you about other possibilities, and so on and so on. And in the end, you will find your investor. Having this thread, keeping this thread and being focused. I think this thread is also a representation that you have to keep going for it. If you raise fundraising, you have to keep your focus. You have to really go and put almost all your energy towards it. Of course, focused energy with prepared pitch deck, with knowing what you're looking for. And of course, during networking, investors are not going to ask you, among others, because you want to protect IP at some way. That's not really the best way to pitch, but at least you can pitch part of your company, of your vision, of your path, of your motivation. They want to see who you are, and I think that's what I did during the Show Her the Money networking. Telling about my business model, bringing long-term vision, that's also very important. Long-term vision. And that's where they going to, if they're really interested, they're going to ask you to proceed, to send them pitch deck, to see what, where are you at exactly which stage of growth. And I'm looking for 50K, but I told you already a story that actually all the way I also was approached by investor from Silicon Valley, which wanted to actually, he was not only interested in 100K, let's say in 50K, so moderate fund in a way to support me. or amount of money to support the project, but also he gave me amount of $100 million, and I presented to him pitch deck with many 20 slides with my long-term vision and so on. So then this is also example that you need to really think about your long-term vision before you approach such events in general. The other important thing is, of course, relationship building is a natural process. It's not something that you're just nice because it's investor. I think it's important to be nice overall, and keep your smile as a logo. As one of the managers of Hilton Hotel once told me, Aneta, your smile is your logo. You are extremely lifting up, having extremely lifting up personality. You will always be noticed. So your energy will also hopefully turn into green money, green energy to support innovation. So that was a little bit about the event. What I wanted to only tell you about this agile, implementing agile mindset to speed up this fundraising processes. I think it's important thinking about this thread to ball is that, yes, staying focused, but also for me, what was important in this thread to ball process was to really enrich my LinkedIn network. It's not just going to, of course, live events, but also pitching and reaching out to investors on your LinkedIn network. So one of them, and I cannot say all the names, but one of them first I met actually through LinkedIn and reaching out. It was Dutch investor, which was for many years working in ABN AMRO, knowing all the numbers, risk management, recognizing, identifying assets. Also, for my project, importantly, he was already, even himself as an entrepreneur, was rising in medtech. So he was practitioner, now he's investor. He found the concept business model of my company really fascinating, wonderful, which I present on my website. So it was really nice, and he liked the project, which I pitched to him for 50K, medtech project for skin substitute. But he was not at the right stage to invest. So he guided me to his next colleague, which is also Dutch, but he represents scale up capital. Since I want to grow and scale up in US, he was very interested about actually creating hybrid model of company which will grow partially in Leiden and partially in Boston. So Dutch American, especially because Leiden Bioscience Park in general in Netherlands have very good relationships with Massachusetts, state of Massachusetts. I've been many times at the official visits. So I talked and pitched to a Dutch person from Scale Up Capital, to investment manager, and he said, well, we actually like 3D printing and skin and generating skin substitutes for testing drugs and cosmetics. We invested already 8 million for one 3D printing project, so that was really good catch. When you think about doing research, which I said at my previous vlog, you have to really make sure that you are very specific in identifying the investor profile you look for. And that was really already good direction, which I knew that I'm getting there. Then the next, the person which I talked to, he said that I'm too early yet for really scaling up investment. So he guided me to, I asked him actually myself, is there also possibility, is there some investment fund which supporting particularly women? And he told me, yes, there is. So there is a Borski Fund, which is really focused on supporting women. And then I connected to them on LinkedIn. I sent a few times nice feedback, replies, commenting their initiatives, and I got invited for the event in Roermond, show her the money. So that's how this evolved. So that's only example how you can speed up these processes by being both proactive and also doing your own research. So not waiting till somebody will tell you exactly to who you should go and to who which investor you should contact, but also reaching these angel investors. And this event, I not only met a team from Borski Fund, but I also met the team from the angel initiatives. So that was very important by actually the angel initiative. And that was very important. So by direct networking, which is also many people think, oh, it's just having drink and having a short conversation. No, it's really networking is a work for me. That's where I build collaborations. That's where visions, concepts for projects also come along with people I'm meeting. So it's not just some kind of easy small talk, but it's really it's, I think, demanding interactions. When you think about, you know, how much time you invest in networking, building relationship, and what comes out of it. And of course, it's always great to get inspiring conversations, but at my stage, it's more than just having inspiring conversations. It's really conversations which are leading to the final step, which is fundraising for my projects, for my collaborative projects with my academic and industrial partners. So that's what I'd like to share today. And I think fundraising, I told you, this is a process when you are both scared and both, it's exciting and scary. But if you really do your research well and you contact and you are staying proactive, you will find your investor. So for all of you which are currently in fundraising race, because it sometimes feels like racing, but you need to, I would say, take some time between. So for me, it's racing in sprints. You need to take a rest, otherwise you will not perform. It's all about performance in the end. So I'm now before the next sprint with next investor. So it's very exciting, but as I said, it's also something which you have to pay attention, that you are prepared, that you are not overwhelming yourself, and you stay focused. What you asking for, what is your long-term vision, and who you are, what is your background. So what is your business model, how you want to scale it up, and so on and so on. So you are prepared to answer all these important questions which investors are going to ask you. So from here, from Leiden Bioscience Park, being on the racing track, of fundraising track, I'm sending you warm greetings and see you next time. Bye!